By August 1945, the Japanese Empire was on the verge of defeat, but still refused to surrender. But a new weapon, unlike any other, would help lead to the end of the war and have ripple effects for decades to come. This is World War II and II. I'm John Curatola at the National World War II Museum in New Orleans. As the Allies prepared to invade the Japanese home islands, any assault would be extremely costly for both Allied forces and the Japanese people. But with the success of the July Trinity test, the U.S. was ready to leverage atomic weaponry to help end the carnage of the Pacific War. The 509th Composite Group, led by 29-year-old Colonel Paul Tibbets, was assigned the task of dropping the atomic bombs. On August 6, 1945, Colonel Tibbets in a B-29 superfortress named Enola Gay took off from Able Runway on the island of Tinian and headed for the coastal Japanese town of Hiroshima. Loaded in his bomb bay was a uranium-based weapon nicknamed Little Boy. Tibbets arrived over his target at 8:15 a.m., aimed for the T-shaped bridge at the city center, and dropped the weapon. 43 seconds later, at an altitude of 1,600 feet, the bomb exploded in a brilliant white flash. Much of Hiroshima vanished under a rising mushroom cloud. The ensuing explosion signaled the death of approximately 80,000 Japanese. But the Japanese military showed no signs of surrender. Just days later, on August 9th, a second B-29, nicknamed Boxcar, piloted by Captain Charles Sweeney, left Tinian carrying the plutonium-based bomb called Fat Man. Sweeney's target was the Japanese city of Kokura, and he was directed to drop the weapon by visual means only. But when the plane arrived over its target, the city was obscured by haze and smoke. Boxcar moved on to its secondary target, the Japanese port city of Nagasaki. The plane arrived over the city around 11 a.m. and dropped the bomb. The explosion killed approximately 60,000 Japanese. In Nagasaki, everything within a mile of ground zero was annihilated, with immense heat causing widespread fires. Archival footage from the days after shows some of that devastation. People close to the blast were vaporized, while others suffered horrific burns and fatal radiation poisoning. Running low on fuel, Sweeney headed for Okinawa and landed his bomber just as the fuel-starved engines shut down. As a result of these two missions and other wartime considerations, Emperor Hirohito determined that Japan's war was over.